Well, hello my beautiful Librans, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for December 2024. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Librans, this is your monthly reading for December. Well, here we are in the final month of the year. It's been a crazy one, but we made it through and we are left to reflect on how much you've grown as a person through the ups and downs. Take stock of all your personal successes, both big and small. Reflect on all the lessons you learned and set new visions for the future. It's a big month to decompress. Let your hair down, but still give one more push to close out the year on a high. Now, of course, we have Jupiter, Mercury, Uranus, Neptune, and Chiron currently retrograding, and Mars will follow suit from the 6th of December. So you may feel the pace or the energy slowing down a little bit as we move to close out the year and embrace 2025. But let's not get ahead of ourselves, for we have now officially moved into Sagittarius season, which influences us all to harness our personal power. This month hits a little bit different though. We have 2 new moons, a healthy dose of optimism and a touch of grounded preparation for the future. The new moon on the 1st, it nudges us all to notice where we could encourage our wild side to come out to play a little bit more. And of course, seek more adventures, be more spontaneous, and acknowledge if our happiness has been blocked in some area of our life, so we can set changes in motion to unblock and let more happiness flow in. Now, it also asks us to have faith on our path. Even if our path ahead feels unclear, know that all shall come together as you desire. And the second new moon on the 30th, often called the black moon, increases our manifestation potential with its heightened energy, as well as our libido, and it reignites our lust for life. It occurs in the sign of Capricorn, encouraging us to set new visions in motion to move towards success for the year ahead. Now, December also helps us to tap into party mode, but as 2024 has been a bit of a challenging time, you may feel too exhausted to party. However, that Sagittarius influence revitalizes your spirits, increases your energy to spend quality time with your nearest and dearest, or seek out new experiences to rediscover that sparkle and magic in the everyday moment. Now, if you're someone who has moments of psychic intuition, expect your knowingness to increase now. And as always, with the positive, there is an opposite. I won't say negative because I don't feel it is negative. We actually have Sirius Saturn almost at a hard angle to the moon, and it's at the beginning of the month, which can force us all to be stricter with our finances and, of course, stricter with our time, as well as influence us to have a cold, hard look at long-term goals. So there may be a bit of a push and pull between responsibilities and party time. Balance, as you know, of course, is the key to getting the best out of December. Now, do not forget to celebrate your wonderful self. It's truly important. We're already under one of the most prolific influences. Pluto in the sign of Aquarius affects us all to detox, declutter, remove the old to clear space for the new. And you may already be very conscious this month of not overindulging, or even start early with your intentions for the new year ahead. Now, this is an obvious energy, but the full moon is in Gemini, which could wreak havoc with postal deliveries, so get orders in early. And as Mercury will be in retrograde until the 15th of December, travel delays or disruptions may increase. And I would suggest getting important information in writing or save down important documents, as power outages and gremlins in the system tend to occur during retrogrades. Now, the saving grace is the solstice on the 21st. It's a perfect time to send your gratitude and wishes out to the universe. And it's a really great day, actually, to send a ripple effect out to your future energy, connecting your vibrations to the outcome that you desire. So be clear, set time aside to utilize that energy. And if you don't want to know what's going to occur energy-wise that could affect us on a global scale, then fast forward until I take up the first card there. But for all of you who are staying on, we do have Mars stationing, and then it will retrograde on the 6th. Now, this station point can be a little bit volatile, increasing the potential for sudden battles of ego, resulting in events that can cause the world to really take notice. But retrogrades itself after the 6th can encourage a temporary pause on conflicts. Mars stationing is chaotic and unpredictable, and on a personal level, this day in particular could be highly pressurized, and people tend to get a little bit cranky during this planetary shift, so be mindful of that. Saturn also clashes with Jupiter, which could provoke a temporary dip in the financial markets, but things will stabilize. It can also cause spontaneous bursts of tension between people when governing bodies go too far. Society pushes back, enough is enough, as Saturn fights hard to bring stability and order to global systems. Now, Pluto also works very hard to expose corruption, so we will continue to see many exposés that threaten to shock us, but truly, is anyone shocked anymore with what's going on in the world? Probably not. But it will be there to bring justice eventually, so justice shall be served. And of course, Neptune goes direct on the 7th. So we could see a tectonic plate shift detected that brings sudden changes to water conditions for some. And of course, we will see more of that crazy weather. If you're taking a long journey, especially in the car, I would say make sure you have a blanket, some snacks and hot drinks on hand as well. Very important during this time. But on a personal level, it actually lifts brain fog or confusion around your goals, aiding you to be more clear, direct, and precise. And with so many planets either retrograding or shifting this month, it really is a bit of a mixed bag, but it reminds you to embrace the moment with those that you care about. Reconnect with things that you love doing just because it feels good. Clear out 2024 to make way for a fresh new start in 2025. And remember, Venus slides into Aquarius's DMs on the 7th, making it a perfect month to discover love or even reestablish long-term relationships with that fuzzy feeling. Yes, there is a lot of chaos and uncertainty in the world at the moment, but the planetary energy works really hard to avoid escalation in the month of December. It's important not to let fear control your vibration. Easier said than done, I know, but it will amplify more things to be fearful of because energy, it transcends outside ourselves. And if everybody is feeling that collectively, then of course it will amass into something larger. So it's important to, celebrate your wonderful self, your accomplishments, the people around you. And remember that you are a human being, not just a human doing. It's been a monumental year, but as Mars goes through one of its rare retrograde cycles, the pressure will be off. It's a perfect time to relax, recalibrate, and reflect on the reality of your situation. Set new intentions, reestablish creative patterns, recharge, reclaim your personal power, and reignite that fire in your soul to make long-lasting changes for your bright future ahead. Now, I'm going to tap into all of your cards. You have a lot of swords in your energy for the month of December, which means you're in a very deep thinking mode, very philosophical, soul-searching energy. And I feel, of course, your first card there is the Justice card itself. So it means that you're thinking about your own needs, how to articulate them from a very healthy place, how to create balance and harmony in your world. But also, this tells me you have a lot on your to-do list. You've got a lot on your mind, and you're just trying to strategize the best way to streamline your energy and get a lot of stuff done. So the Justice card, it tells me you have lots of phone calls, emails, documents to adhere to, letters, maybe sending things out as well, parcels. There's just a lot of chaotic energy, but I do see that you're going to be able to be completely on target. And this shows me that you are strategizing to the point where you're going to be super organized, okay? Now, of course, as the year closes, you have a lot of review cards. This can be you taking stock of everything that you've accomplished so far, how you've tried to maintain the status quo, and how you've really tried hard to lead with integrity and your own personal truth. I do see that a lot of you, especially since we have the Ten of Pentacles there, you may be spending time with family members, friends that you haven't seen for a while during this period. And of course, the Justice card indicates that diplomacy may be the key to getting through this period smoothly without too much pressure or without triggers, okay? Because you have the Fool card in the Resistance position and you have the Five of Swords in the Resistance position. So it could be someone that you spend time with in the month of December. It doesn't have to be a family member. It could be a boss. It could be a neighbor. It could be someone in the community. There's a little bit of tetchy energy, someone who likes to win at all costs. They always feel like they're right, and they will sort of like force the issue on things. Of course, some of you, because there is the Ten of Pentacles, it could be combined with the world there could be some like conversations about politics or the world events, and people may not see eye to eye. So I feel like you're trying to keep the peace in this, especially if you are hosting something. But if you're not, it could be that you're just, spending time with people who have lots of different views. And of course, everyone's view is important. And, no one's is right or wrong. But at the end of the day, I feel in order to keep that peace, I feel like you are trying to, state your case, be honest and true to how you feel about things. But at the same time, you want to keep the peace. Diplomacy is the key. Now, some of you may actually be dealing with some sort of legal contracts this month. This could be that you're closing out on a house. Some of you may have purchased property, for example. You have that Ten of Pentacles there. Some of you may be looking at, your pensions this month, your savings plans, because you do have your mind on your money with that Ten of Pentacles. And the Justice card indicates that you're just taking stock of all that you've accomplished, both financially, but also in terms of feeling this sense of being proud of everything that you've done to, create the world that you live in right now. And I feel also a lot of you are bringing your worries into perspective this month. I feel, if you are nervous about closing out a house, or you're nervous about family gatherings, or you're nervous about the way the world is right now, because we've got the world there too, which indicates, you are highly affected by events in the world. You're just keeping an eye on things. You are promoting peace at this time. You're emanating peace. You are wanting fairness in the world. And, if you actually ran the world, my beautiful Librans, the world would certainly be a brighter and more peaceful, loving place. But here we are. So, some of you may even think about going into politics or being a force for good in the world. So you may be thinking of things that you can do in order to make the world a better place. For some of you, it's going to be like charity work. For others, it could be that you're gifting this time of year to a cause that you believe in. For some of you, it could also be that, you're helping people who are less fortunate than you. And I feel that you are someone who's going to get really good karma for that, but actually you're not doing it for that. I feel like you're doing it for the betterment of the world and your community there as well. Now, of course, the Justice card indicates that you're reinforcing your morals and your ethics. You're looking at what you believe in, and you are someone who is reestablishing, your faith in everything that you believe in as well there. But I also see that a lot of you are bringing things into perspective and review in the month of December, just to make sure that you're on target, that you're being your wonderful, honest self, that you're living true to your own expectations. Your third house of communication is actually influencing you at the beginning of the month. So this can be about you finding your voice and speaking loud and proud, expressing yourself and your ideas. But with this card, it can indicate that some of you may feel the need to be diplomatic just in order to keep the peace. You're still being honest, you're still being direct and truthful, but I feel like you find a way of articulating yourself and your needs from a healthy place without having a knee-jerk reaction or being triggered or allowing anyone to mess with your inner peace. Now, of course, this card, along with the third house, can influence the law of attraction. It works really well for you right now. So anything that you're thinking about, any ideas, there is an energy here of like visualizing, of course, and watching the universe kind of shift things to bring what you desire and manifest, because you're literally communicating to the universe what it is you want by visualizing, but then also you're taking a step in that direction as well, and everything is going to come together. They always say, you take one step towards your dreams, the universe will take 10 steps towards you, and I really feel some great karma coming your way. Now, For some of you, you could hear money news this month as well. So it could be bonus time for some of you if you're in a career. For some of you, you may have put your resume out there, or you may be actually looking elsewhere for new money, because the Ten of Pentacles can indicate that you are looking to increase your money at this time. For some of you, it could be seasonal work that you're taking, because the Justice card is a duality card, which means some of you could be doing two things, or you may be launching another branch of your business, or you may be actually, doing something that has a set amount of hours, but also something creative on the side that brings more money. I see you being able to save more money and getting super creative this month as well. And of course, we have that Sirius Saturn at a hard angle to the moon, which will make you keep a tight rein on your finances, or be more aware of what it is that you are spending. Because the Justice card is like, create a budget, create a plan, keep things level, don't overspend. Of course, you're going to treat yourself and the people you care about perhaps, but I feel it is quality over quantity, and I feel like you get really good deals. Now, we do have a 10 of Pentacles, and we also have the 4 of Swords. I'm going to show you this 4 of Swords. It's a little bit risque, okay? So I'm just going to be like that, because YouTube does not like this card at all. I mean, it's a beautiful card, but I completely understand. But the 4 of Swords indicates that a lot of you are exhausted, okay? You just need a rest to kind of like recalibrate. So I see with this 4 of Swords that a lot of you are thinking about what you have and grateful for that, and you're thinking about what you desire or you feel you do not have right now, and you're searching for that missing piece. The 4 of Swords, a lot of you, it's like peace of mind. You've been under a lot of pressure, it's been a tough year, and you've had some ups and downs. You may have been disappointed, and you're healing from those disappointments, but also I feel this is giving you time to recuperate and think differently about what it is that you want. Now, this card can highlight that some of you feel a little bit vulnerable during this time of year. You may feel a little bit isolated or alone, and I'm sending you a huge hug out there. If you have family members or friends in spirit who've already transitioned, I don't see anything negative happening here, so I want you to be aware of that. This is only if they've already transitioned. They're going to give you lots of signs to let you know that they are around you, that you are not alone, and you're going to feel the presence. And I'm also being given that they're going to offer you up a scent. So it could be like suddenly you smell flowers, or suddenly you smell like a sweet perfume, and you're like, where's that coming from? And you can't find the source of it. This is actually someone who is present, okay? And they want you to be aware of their presence as well there. Now also, some of you could be thinking about where you feel vulnerable financially, or where you feel a little bit nervous or worried about your stability. I do see that you are secure, and lots of new ideas are coming to you to help you secure your future. So, often wisdom comes in stillness and silence, and this card indicates that you are really trying to manifest time by yourself, to take stock of things, withdraw into a peaceful state. So a lot of you could be like settling down to a good book this month. I mean, don't get me wrong, you have a lot of responsibility on your shoulders. You've got a to-do list, and you're going to tick a lot of things off there. In fact, I feel like you hit your target, and you're so excited about 2025. I feel, you're in the period of finishing what you start. And I feel you are very goal-oriented and very productive this month, and you're going to be so proud of yourself. But there is something new here. You're envisaging something new. It could be a new creative project, a new way of living, a new lifestyle choice, maybe even a new diet or exercise routine, or something that you're promising yourself, because it feels like a promise that you're going to do something, and then you set those things in motion at the end of December as you move into January, of course. And a lot of you are also looking at better quality sleep. So some of you may identify something that will help you with sleeping patterns this month. If you have been fluctuating in your hormones, for example, due to menopause, or if you have had a vitamin deficiency, or you've been a little bit unwell recently, because the card before the 4 of Swords, of course, is a 3 of Swords, so it can indicate some of you are healing from something or going through something that has been challenging. And I see that this is the healing and respite period. So you may identify something that actually really helps you. It could be that you identify a vitamin that is missing, or you actually get some advice with that. This is a card where it's like getting independent advice from someone who gives advice that basically is very beneficial for you. It could be a practitioner, or it could be a doctor, for example. So please take it as it resonates. For some of you, it could be that you identify, an elixir or substance that helps you with menopause symptoms, or if you've just been feeling like low energy or brain fog because you have the Five of Swords in the resistance position. I feel like, you discover something that really helps you in the month of December there. But I feel a lot of you may see this online. So you may see something advertised online, but I feel like you actually research it first and see if it is right for you and get advice on it before you connect to it. So you look before you leap on that one, okay? Now also the Four of Swords, it tells me that you're exhausted body, mind, and soul, like completely emotionally drained because of the year that you've had. I feel also that it's like, even though you're exhausted, you're still having to keep life running smoothly. And that Ten of Pentacles, a lot of you have family responsibilities. You may be a carer, or you are looking out for someone. This person, they really appreciate it, even though they may be a very complex person and they don't often show it. I feel you may get a note or a message or a conversation of appreciation in the month of December too. Now, Ten of Pentacles indicates that you are, of course, manifesting more wealth. Some of you may be just taking stock of everything that you have, like your acquisitions, how much your property costs if you're lucky enough to own a property. For some of you, you're looking at your savings plans, pensions. Your ninth house is actually influencing you at the end of the month, and this is more about your sense of purpose. It's about life's meaning, community, responsibility, your connection to your higher self, as well as to other people. Some of you, you may be saving for a spiritual getaway or wanting to take a historical retreat at some point, either in December or in the new year, and you're just saving for that. But also a lot of you, with your third house, you're connecting on a more social level. So you may be looking at your finances and thinking about travel, booking something, or some of you are thinking about new experiences in the neighborhood, exciting things, something that's outside your usual parameters. I feel like you may be going to events, festivals, or just keeping things interesting. Also, Ten of Pentacles, spending time with the people you call your soul tribe. I see you doing a lot of that there. Some of you also may have had to deal with, lawyers or property lawyers regarding an estate or inheritance. If you've gone through a bereavement, that Four of Swords energy can indicate that some of you have been deep in grief, and I'm sending you a huge hug out there, and it's a very difficult time. So much love to you. Of course, there are no words of comfort, but I do see with the Justice card there, the Four of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles, some of you, it's almost like you're numb, or you are going through sporadic moments of grief because you're having to deal with documents, estates, or think about a person's will or their legacy. And, it's something that you really don't really wish to deal with. You'd rather have the person. But I do see that, once you have got on top of that, then I feel the body will give you space and time to grieve properly. And this person is also going to send you lots of signs. Please ask for a specific sign, but also look out or smell out, shall we say, time for this perfumey smell that's going to be around you. Now, this can also be that you are looking at loyalty in your life, people who, reciprocate your energy. You tend to give a lot of yourself, but I feel balance is the key. I feel like you're learning not to give too much of yourself, but also, that Ten of Pentacles can indicate that you're trying to invest in yourself. So you may find a new product that helps you with you running your health better, or beauty products, items that just feel good to gift to yourself. But also I'm getting an energy about life isn't always about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself too. And you have the Ace of Wands there, so I feel a lot of you are also like creating a new you in some way. Now that's a quote, I think it's a quote by George Bernard Shaw, actually. So that's coming through. Some of you may have decided to kick back with a George Bernard Shaw book, for example. Maybe that's why it's coming out. But I feel this is about you kind of like you've been on a quest of self-discovery for quite some time, and I feel like, you know, you're exhausted by what you've been digging up, but I feel it's created a sanctuary and a stability about you. And, you know, these two cards, I won't show you the Four Swords again, okay, but I'll show you the Ten of Pentacles. This can indicate that you're literally throwing your arms open to the whole of yourself, especially the unfinished parts of yourself, the fearful parts of yourself, you know, finding those parts of yourself where you feel like you failed, or you feel that you haven't been as far along on your path as you'd hoped for. Remember, there's no such thing as failure, only a lesson to be learned of how to either course correct or tweak a plan or do things differently. And you're exploring. Remember, you're a human who is exploring life. You're having experiences. Also, you may be looking at the fault-finding parts of yourself where, you know, you feel there is a missing ingredient, or you feel frustrated because your expectations have not been met. Some of you may be like looking at your expectations and how sometimes we set ourselves up to not complete everything that we want to complete because we've got too much on our to-do list. Can you manage it in a more kind of efficient way by taking some of those things off your to-do list, putting the most critical on there, compartmentalizing and prioritizing, because that's what the Justice card is all about, and making sure that you get the most important things done, and anything else can be added to the list as and when, and you'll feel more proud of yourself that you've got the big stuff done and that the other stuff is just like extra, okay? I'm being given energy that you're stepping into a period of acceptance of who you are, and there is a magical beauty in that you are a magnificent person in all your glory. So a lot of you are gaining more confidence in who you are, what you look like, your journey, and I feel there is an energy of reinvesting in yourself and your health. You are worthy of that investment. So if you've been neglecting your own needs, this is like a little gentle reminder that, of course, you are worth it, and you will be connecting to that more. Now, we do have the World card, and it is in the resistance position. Some of you have had some sort of experience in 2024 where you feel like your world has changed or turned upside down in some way, and you're trying to recalibrate. I feel like some new doors are opening up for you. Major new chapters are happening, and I feel there is a lot to look forward to in the year of 2025, especially since you have the Strength card, you have the Ace of Wands and the Sun, and it's like this figure here is looking out to 2025 with so much class and like courage and bravery, and being like, okay, I'm ready. 2025, let's see what you got. But I feel 2025 is actually really positive for you. It's a very transformative year in the most positive of ways, and I feel like there's a lot being offered to you as well. Now, with the World card, it can indicate that you're very goal-oriented. There's something here that you have been meaning to get around to doing, and in the month of December, you will return to it or start it, whatever it is. And I feel like you will complete it, but it may be taken into the end of December or even like a little bit into 2025, but it will be completed and you'll be super proud of yourself. I do see that you do have a lot on your plate. So measuring things out and making sure that, you know, you don't overextend yourself. I do see invitations coming in. A lot of you have had so much responsibility on your shoulders recently that it's been hard to connect to your inner child or your playful side. And I feel you just want to have more spontaneous energy or connect to things, do things on a whim, add more whimsy to your life, romance it a little bit more. And I definitely see that you're going to discover that energy in the month of December, because there's going to be more things for you to do that are joyful, you know, new festivals, new events. Some of you may even decide to have a complete new start, because the World card can indicate a cycle is coming to an end. Now, we can have many different cycles playing out in our lives. For example, for some of you, the Fool card can indicate a lot of you are shutting down generational wounding, because we have that Ten of Pentacles there. It could be that you're looking at the journey you've had from childhood till now, how strong you are, the things that you've been through, how capable you are of pushing through these difficult times and being a warrior or a warrioress. And I feel you are looking back with pride that actually you did this. You stepped up to the plate. But a lot of you, you know, you're healing, because the Four Swords, of course, is a healing card. You're healing not just to be strong enough to accept all the trauma that there is, you know, that goes on in the world or that we experience on our own personal level. You're actually healing to allow more fun and light in, better times lie ahead. So, when we get into a fight or flight mode in our life, and some of you may have been in that, especially with that Fool card energy, I feel like, you're always expecting that things could go wrong or something may arise that is the fly in the ointment. And I feel like you're learning that you can take that pressure off your shoulders. Sometimes we have that as like a knee-jerk response to prepare us for the worst. But then, you are about to accept the best. So I feel sometimes it's very important to temper your hopes and fears, but also, your expectations on that. A lot of you, there are, as I said, new cycles happening. So it could be that you're embracing a new diet, exercise routine, because we get to a certain plateau in our lives where things just don't work anymore. And we have to plot twist a little bit, especially since that Fool card and the World energy, it will go into the upright. For some of you, it could be that you want a new neighborhood or you want a new experience. It could be that you're looking for a new job. I see some of you actually getting a bonus if you are in a job, but I feel like there are kind of like limited potentials for new positions. So I feel some of you may be putting your resume out there to find new opportunities, because the Fool card is a fresh new start. So I feel some of you may have been delaying a fresh new start for a while, but you're going to seriously think about it in the month of December and into 2025, and you will action it eventually, because you're going to a 5 of Swords there, and it is in the resistance position, which is peace of mind. It's actually, canceling out the inner critic, but it's also not worrying about things, because what is meant for you will never pass you by. And also, if there's something you cannot change about your life, then it will be as it is meant to be. So there's no point in wasting your beautiful energy worrying about it. It's more important to channel your energy into transforming your life. Okay, now the Fool card also indicates some of you may move into a new home, or it can also indicate that you're looking at your potential on something. And I feel whatever it is you're launching, some of you may have delayed a launch, maybe even after Mercury retrograde on the 15th. You may be launching something, whether it's an extension of your business or a new product, or maybe it's a new client coming in, because I feel you change the way you're working as well. But this is not just about work or career. I see a lot of success in your career. I see new contracts as well. So there could be merges going on, new contracts offered, but also if you're moving into a new role in the new year, I see you will be signing a new contract that is more beneficial for you long term, and also brings in more money as well there. But some of you, it could be that you're thinking about retirement. It could be that you are thinking the month of December is your retirement date, and you are deciding to take that leap of faith. You may have delayed it for a while as well, until you had the money or felt confident that you were secure in your decision. And I feel like you're going to have a wonderful retirement, deepening your belief system, connecting to more fun things, seeing the world, and even maybe moving abroad. Some of you, you're already retired and you're thinking about moving abroad, getting a holiday home, or maybe establishing roots abroad there, because of course the World card can be about emigration. Now also, I feel the majority of my beautiful Librans are looking at a vacation, taking a break. You're just exhausted and you just need some rest. Some of you may have booked some travel. I hate to give you this message, but travel may be delayed. The World card is in the resistance position. I mean, I don't see you being delayed enough to get compensation, okay, but it'll be a little bit frustrating. But I feel that you're kind of like relaxing into the vacation anyway and being like, you know what? It's okay. Bring a good book or something that you can kick back and relax with. But ultimately, the World card will go into the upright, which means success, abundance is headed towards you. You're closing out the year. I feel that you kind of really want the year to be kind of over already. I see that you are like finishing things that you have already in motion. So you're tying up loose ends there. But I feel this is you feeling lighter. It is a completion of events that have been challenging, a completion of things that have been worrying. And I feel like a lot of you are looking at where you feel like you belong in the world at large. Okay, so some of you may be contemplating a move in 2025 to a different country, or you may be kind of looking at the world and feeling where you have an affinity to, and booking a vacation to a new destination. And it's going to be very, very exciting indeed. But I feel with the Fool card, these are like brainstorming periods, because the Five of Swords is all about brainstorming. So it could be that you're brainstorming fresh new ideas, finding solutions to any problems, and really just being on target. when you have a year in review, especially December, it makes us think back at all that we've accomplished, all the things that didn't go our way, all the setbacks. It makes us kind of like plot and plan for the future and how we would do things differently. And I feel like you're promising yourself to have more fun, not take things as seriously as perhaps you took them in 2024. And what I mean by that is you're still serious about your goals. You know, you're going to be accomplishing great things. I see you working really hard towards whatever it is you want to accomplish. Now, these goals don't have to be financial or career related. They can be a personal development project. It could be that you're trying to, you know, quieten the inner critic, take more control over those thoughts so they don't take control over you and create worry or anxiety there. I do actually feel as well that a lot of you with that Fool energy, I feel there's this energy of just needing new in your life, new adventures. And for some of you, if you have a child, for example, a teenager, they may announce that they're going to a certain college or a university that is further afield, maybe even abroad, or they may think about going traveling. And of course, as a parent, you really care about your child and could trigger a little bit of worry there. But I see that they're secure. I feel like you've guided them to be a wonderful human and that they have a lot of street smarts. So I feel like, you know, they're going to have an incredible time and they're going to keep in contact. So there's nothing to worry about, but it will transform your home life, or I see changes in your home. And I feel it could be that, either a child going away to college or, you know, of course it won't be in December. It could be that they're preparing for that, but there's a lot on your mind. So please take it as it resonates. But ultimately, I feel this is a very positive energy. It means peace. It means just relaxing. It means deep in thought. But the Five of Swords, it will go into the upright. So this can indicate that sometimes you critique yourself and you may be looking back at something you feel defeated in. If you had a major breakup in 2024, it could be that you're still healing from that. Be a little bit more compassionate with yourself. This can also indicate if some of you enter a competition in the month of December, or you've already entered one, because the world can indicate some sort of competition that you have connected to that hasn't been announced yet. I mean, I see that you actually make an impact in this competition. The Ace of Wands indicates you are offered something, and the Sun card indicates that you're appreciated, you're seen, and I feel like people know what you're about. But also I feel with that Five of Swords there, it could be that there is a little bit of jealousy, or it could indicate that someone who actually wins the whole competition, they win through unfair means, okay? So I feel like there is an energy because of the Four of Swords and the Five of Swords. It indicates you go a long way in this competition and could even like win it next year, okay? But I feel you win something that is connected to it that has a lot of merit. I'm just going to pull a card on that because I'm also getting like a small percentage of you actually winning as well. But because the Five of Swords is present, it does kind of indicate that, you know, there's a little bit of nepotism or something unethical about it. So you could actually hear that the winner is called to task, for example. So if you're an athlete, right, and you come second place in something, there may be like an adjudicator that says, actually, the person who won through unfair means. They could have had a substance that helped them perform better, for example, and then there is like a recalibration and then you win it. So it could be like that. It could be that someone is disqualified in a competition and then you were second and then you become the winner because of the disqualification. So Strength card. Be bold, be daring, know that you are incredible. Yeah, it feels like something will be offered to you. It feels that with the Lovers card there, and again, maybe I should probably do that. I know it's ridiculous, but YouTube is really not liking certain things recently. The Lovers card there indicates that, you know, you shall have it. It shall be yours. You attract the opportunity, but it may be a slow process because something needs to be looked into. You know, this figure on the Strength card looks like they're looking into the lion's mouth. So it's like, you know, something needs to be looked into because it just seemed a little bit too good to be true. And you will find that a person may be disqualified and then, you know, you are the official and right winner of the competition. Okay, so that's coming out there. please take it as it resonates. Now, of course, these cards have popped out, so it can indicate that some of you have waited for love for a very long time. You know, this time of year can kind of trigger feelings of sadness, isolation, or loneliness. I mean, you're very self-sufficient, you're someone who is very independent, you don't need anybody, and you perhaps don't yearn for anybody anymore. For some of you, you're just so busy with your projects and doing you. I feel a lot of you are focusing on your own needs and prioritizing yourself at this time, which is perfect because you're creating space for a high-level commitment. I do see you, meeting someone where there is marriage on the cards. It will be a slow process. Okay, let me just show the cards like that. It'll be a slow process, but I feel it's going to be very romantic, rewarding, sensual, passionate, kind, loving, and faithful. So I do see an opportunity. This person could have strong Earth in their chart, also some strong Gemini in their chart as well, as some Aries and Leo. That's what's coming out there for you. I also see with this strength card there that you are paying close attention to your self-care needs. I feel also there's an important piece of information that comes your way in the month of December. There's two pieces. One is at the beginning of December and one is at the end of December. You'll celebrate the one at the end of December. For some of you, it could be that you hear news about a pregnancy, or it could be that I'm getting an energy like someone wanting a fresh new start, and you somehow benefit in that. It could be a partner or a family member. It just feels like this good news affects you all. And with the Courage card, it indicates that you're like looking at your life from a bird's eye view and promising yourself to be more bold and daring next year, to do something that you've been always meaning to do. So you may set things in motion in December, setting yourself up to actually accomplish that for 2025. You know, this card is all about creativity, it's about limiting drama, it's about knowing that you have all the resources within you to keep your head held high, lead with integrity, and basically get the best out of a situation. The Ace of Wands indicates something being offered to you that will transform your life. It's something that's very exciting. It can be a new venture. Some of you are actually launching something, a new lifestyle choice, or maybe there's a new home, so it transforms the way that you live, new neighborhood. The Ace of Wands is basically the power of transformation, changing your life and being given the opportunity to make that change. But this card can also connect to a phone call or a letter that will transform your life, and it's so much good news. Okay, the Sun card indicates success, joy. For some of you, it could be a venture or an opportunity. For some of you, it's a personal development breakthrough there, where you have gone through a major growth and are having major epiphanies about yourself, learning more about yourself. But I feel there's this energy of you at the end of the month where life is beautiful. Life is good. There's a raw energy about you. It's the end of conflict, both inside and out, the inner battle. You're silencing the inner critic, and you're driving out the old to embrace the new. And I feel fresh new start for 2025 is so exciting. And I feel there's a lot of good things for you to come. And I feel a lot of you also, because the Four Swords is a vulnerable card, it can be that you feel vulnerable in some area of your life. It could be a sensitivity that you're experiencing right now. But as you can see with the Sun card, if you know the Sun card in the major arcanas in the Rider-Waite Tarot, there is a child on a horse that also looks like vulnerable, but is finding the joy in that vulnerability, you know, taking stock of life, and it's beauty itself is wonderful. You know, it's about recognizing that we must be open to all things. And again, it comes back to this: life isn't always about finding yourself. Life can be about creating yourself. So a lot of you embracing a new style, new wardrobe, new way of living, or doing things differently. And I feel you are literally throwing your arms open to yourself. Some of you are going to get a gift that is a surprise as well, that is going to let you know how a person really feels about you, which is nice. I do see a lot of you spending time and more focus on family and responsibilities, whilst at the same time finding the balance of joy and withdrawing into yourself in order to think about the next steps on your path. You're really connecting to your sense of purpose, following your heart, and only doing things that bring you joy, because life is too short to, do things the hard way. So a lot of you are trying to find an easier way, okay? Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Librans? Any final cards for my beautiful Librans? What do they need to know for their December month? Can you please show them the way? Now, I am being given an energy of someone being a little bit like immature, that will try to push your buttons, but I feel like you're not allowing that person to mess with your equilibrium. Your boundaries are high, and I'm also being given this energy before I leave your reading. Do not shrink yourself or make yourself less for others, okay? I feel like that's something that you have been learning for quite some time. So, you know, take pride in your successes, shine your light. I feel the spotlight is on you for success. You don't have to gloat, doesn't have to be anything, you know, egotistical, but remember to celebrate yourself. I feel a lot of you tend to accommodate sometimes your energy because of other people to make it palatable for them. But I feel this is about you being your wonderful, authentic self. You're always authentic and you're always true, but now it's like time to just embrace that. So, you won't always feel alone. You're attracting your soul tribe. So I did mention some of you may feel a little bit isolated or alone during this period. I feel a lot of you may actually join a group that actually has an international kind of connection. So it could be that there's a group, but they have other groups or departments or branches abroad as well. And it will give you the opportunity to travel between those. I feel it's very sort of like integrated. I feel it could be like a spiritual group, or it could be like a niche group on something that you're interested in. For example, if you're interested in motorcycles or a certain sport, it could be connected to that. You will find firm friends for life at that group, and it will be long-term as well there. Also, if you're looking for love, I do feel that this is a month to get out there and allow yourself to be seen and connect to things that just bring you joy, living in the moment. That is actually an aphrodisiac, you know, having the vibration of just doing you and being involved in enjoying the moment and being present. That is a wonderful aphrodisiac. Confidence also, and I feel a lot of you have been working on that too. Don't soothe your pain with momentary pleasures. So a lot of you are looking at what causes pressure, and trying to manage stress levels there as well. But, you know, I feel like you are highly, acutely aware of the quick fix. And this is what this period also kind of is encouraging us to look at. You know, where do we do ourselves a disservice to our body, mind, and soul by, you know, grabbing onto a quick fix just because it feels good in that moment? Does it have long-lasting effects that are negative? This could be returning to an ex, for example, if we feel a bit lonely and they reach out and say, hey babe, missing you, and you're like, well, where have you been for 4 years? You know, sometimes we can fall into a cycle or a pattern with a person because it feels familiar, it feels comfortable, we know what's going to end up happening. We know that for a certain period of time they may, you know, connect to us and maybe they've changed, but ultimately I see you breaking patterns and cycles in this period. So I feel like you're not looking back, you're looking forward. And that also transcends to anything like a substance that makes us feel great in the moment, but then when it kind of wears off, it makes us feel grouchy or lousy or low energy, like coffee, for example, or sugar. Or so some of you could be looking at trying to temper those things in your life, because of course a little bit of what you fancy, you know, it's okay. You know, we can't just completely cut everything out, otherwise it would be a very void experience and we wouldn't like be truly fulfilled. And it says here, you miss the beauty when you're stressed out. Be gentle with yourself. Be messy sometimes. Let it all go. That was a major sort of message that came out in this reading. And, you know, about throwing your arms open to the whole of yourself, especially the unfinished part of yourself. Things don't have to be perfect, you know. Many years ago, when I was truly unhappy in a relationship and in all areas of my life, I just got into a bit of a funk, which we all do sometimes, and I saw the signs, and the universe gave me ample opportunities to transform and change, but I was scared. And, you know, I got myself into such a rut where I felt so unhappy. I launched myself into everything being perfect, right? Perfectionism just took over. I was always cleaning, always making sure everything was just in its place. OCD was like amplified. Everything was like going crazy for me. And suddenly all my friends and family were like, this is not you. You know, you didn't care about these things before. And what's happening? And when I actually went to discuss discover more about it, it was because I had kind of lost a sense of myself and was just trying to do something to keep hold to the raft of life, keep drifting, hold on to something to make sure that I don't sink. So I feel if you've been going through something like that, I feel like now you're embracing who you are and just being wild and free, re-tapping into that sense of wildness and into that sense of playfulness. And things don't have to be perfect, just live in the moment. And it's okay not to have all the answers. They will come to you when you need them. So as I said, wisdom comes in silence. So a lot of you are trying to quieten the inner critic and take stock of what it is you want in life and work things out, make decisions in the month of December, because this is a big review month for you. You're very cerebral because of so many swords there. And the answers you seek will come to you. So I'm just going to go and get a trinket before we close. It's a little bit loud, so just mind your ears. Okay, so we have, we've only got one little button there. Beautiful button though, it is the butterfly. You've been going through an intense period of personal development and growth. You've been transforming. If you've been feeling a little bit lost or a little bit void and you've just been on autopilot, it's because you've been in the chrysalis stage, which is where the caterpillar loses its complete sense of self. It jellifies, it doesn't even know which way is up, and then it reforms into this beautiful butterfly and spreads its wings. But also I feel butterflies could be a major sign for you throughout the month of December. Seeing them on a billboard, a logo. I'm seeing a keyring with a butterfly on it right now, so maybe you'll be gifted that in the month of December, or perhaps you've just bought one for yourself. But also this will be a sign that change is good. It actually keeps life interesting and moving forward. As humans, we are not meant to be stagnant. So you're looking at where you can transform your life and make those long-lasting changes that can benefit you and help you fly and make you feel more independent and free. So also, if you think about the nature of a butterfly, it's always like darting all over the place. It's like, variety is a spice of life. Why take a complete linear route, which can sometimes be a little bit boring? Why not try a few different things? If you feel the universe is making you go to different paths, there is a reason. There's a lesson or a person or an experience you need to have on that. Don't consider it a setback. Consider it an experience you have decided to have before you've come to this lifetime. So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates in this reading. Thank you so much, my beautiful Librans, and love and light.